fine with being kicked off of my committees because it'd be a waste of my time. You know who I am? I'm a very hard worker, and I'm proud of it. So now I have a lot of free time on my hands, which means I can talk to a whole lot more people all over this country, and I can talk to more people and make connections and build a huge amount of support that I've already got started with people that want to put America first.
Yeah, okay. After being stripped of her committee assignments in an unprecedented move, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene certainly isn't changing her tune. Look at her saying now that she's been freed to push the Republican Party even further to the right. Joining me now is Zerlina Maxwell, Director of Progressive Programming at SiriusXM and host of the show Zerlina on Peacock. Kurt Bardella, Senior Advisor to the Lincoln Project, former spokesman for the House Oversight Committee and USA Today contributor, and Ashley Pratte, board member of Republican Women for Progress and NBC News Think contributor. Welcome, all of you. I'm glad to have you. We'll go ladies first. Zerlina, your reaction to Greene's comments.
She's not pushing the Republican Party to the right. She's pushing the Republican Party off of a cliff, Alex. I don't think that we really fully understand, because we tend to try to do some sort of false equivalence and say, well, she's pretty extreme, just like some people on the left are extreme. She believes in Jewish space lasers, and she believes that Jewish space lasers create wildfires. That is not a right or left position. That is crazy. And so I think that, you know, we're so stuck because we've lived through the Donald Trump era. But I think in this new era, what it's incumbent upon the rest of us, the people who are living in reality, to focus on, you know, getting rid of the bad faith and the false equivalence that essentially got us here. And we should stick to the truth and the facts, and then move forward with a conversation about policies, whether you're on the right or the left.
I mean, just looking at some of the things that she has stated she believes in, it's on the screen right now, which leaves me somewhat speechless, but I'll continue here. Ashley, let's take a listen to something Republican Senator Ben Sasse had to say about his own party.
Personality cults aren't conservative. Conspiracy theories aren't conservative. Lying that an election has been stolen, it's not conservative. Acting like politics is a religion, it isn't conservative. You are welcome to censure me again, but let's be clear about why this is happening. It's because I still believe, as you used to, that politics isn't about the weird worship of one dude.
It's a very powerful statement. I'm curious what you make of that. And also House Leader, Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy standing by Greene this week saying the party is big enough for everyone. Is the Republican Party big enough for members like both Ben Sasse and Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Oh, goodness. I don't think so. I think she needs to be rooted out. If she wants to take up the mantle of Trumpism, you know, be my guest, but that's not going to get her anywhere. We saw the violent insurrection that happened at the Capitol, and people like her who are leading the party into an extremist organization, some could say, you know, even domestic terrorist party at this point, just considering the fact that there hasn't been a solid condemning of the violence. She is exactly what needs to be rooted out of the Republican Party if they ever hope to have a majority again. And Senator Ben Sasse and, you know, senators like Rob Portman, who are being pushed out of the party for their more moderate views and acts of bipartisanship, just shows you the wrong direction that this party is going. So no, I don't believe there's room for both factions to exist. I think they need to move more to the, you know, center and be able to work with Democrats to get things done. And, you know, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene are not going to help the Republican Party do that. And they need to be rooted out and kicked out of Congress.
So, Kurt, we're going to take a look again at some of the conspiracies that Greene has promoted. And yet, more Republicans voted to remove Congressman Liz Cheney from leadership this week than to strip Marjorie Taylor Greene of her committee assignments. I'm curious what that says about the Republican Party. And what do you say? Give me what I should say to somebody, just outside of work, I will say, who's a Republican, an ardent Republican, and says, yes, but I have to support the Republican Party, so that's why I would support her. I'm a Republican. And when I was trying to push back on that, I just kind of said, okay. Yeah, I didn't think there was any reasoning with that.
Well, I think that people who don't align with these lunatic conspiracy theories, who still want to associate themselves with the Republican Party, they need to realize, listen, Marjorie Taylor Greene got a standing ovation from her colleagues
Right?
at this meeting that they had this week. This is the party of conspiracy theory. This is the party of falsities. This is the party of lunatic, deranged, unhinged thinking. There aren't two sides of the Republican Party anymore. There is one giant side now.